For the second year in a row, the Cleveland Cavaliers got the 5th pick in the NBA draft. Now, there's going to be some options for them. Some people think Okoro, some people think Toppin if he's there, some people think that they should get Deni Avdija. Well, today, I think we're going to take Deni Avdija and do a Cleveland Cavaliers Deni Avdija rebuild. So that's what we're going to do. But before we get into this Deni Avdija Cavs rebuild, if you guys could subscribe to the channel if you enjoy this content, that would be absolutely amazing. I would love to have you join this beautiful community I'm growing here. It would mean a lot to me. And also, if you could turn on the post notifications, that way for you, it's good for you, because then you're never missing an upload. It also helps me out. And if you like the video, that helps me out a ton too. So if you could take a second to do that, that would be amazing. But now, without further ado, let's rebuild the Cavaliers. So with the 5th pick in the NBA draft, the Cleveland Cavaliers select Deni Avdija. And let's simulate the rest of the draft. Everybody else can get whoever they want. Avdija is a 76. Wiseman was there. Okongwu was there. They're not, Wiseman's probably not going to be there in real life. Okongwu might be there, but he doesn't really fit them, I don't think, too much. Not as well as Avdija does. And I think Avdija actually is a better player, probably. Well, I don't know. It's close, but I think he fits the Cavs a little bit better. Unless you're talking that Kevin Porter Jr. is the franchise small forward, you can run Avdija at the power forward too, so there's some versatility there. Anyways, we're going to sign Avdija to his contract, and it looks like Andre Drummond declined his player option. I think we're going to try and re-sign him. I'll try and bring back Zizic as well, why not? But let's go ahead and try and bring back DeAndre Drummond. I don't need Mooney or Wade. We don't have enough money for Anthony Davis. I don't really want to do that right now anyways. So let's just negotiate a contract here with Drummond. We'll give him as much as he possibly can get there. And he is agreeing. And we won't renounce the rights on Tristan Thompson either, but we will on Dellavedova and Alfonso McKinney, excuse me. Make sure that Drummond comes in, and he does. Now who can we afford to bring in as well? Joe Harris. Play some backup small forward, shoot the ball. That would be good for this team. Devin Harris also would probably be pretty decent. And, Myers Leonard as a power forward, not terrible. So we'll bring those guys in. Let's see. Tristan Thompson. Let's see if we can knock it down to about $80 million. And see if he'll take that. And he does agree to that, so that's perfect. All right, so let's go to player progression. Let's see how KPJ, Darius Garland, Colin Sexton all look after last season, because obviously this is starting at the beginning of the 2020 season. So Drummond is up to an 85, or still an 85. Sexton's up to an 84. All right. I think this team's going to be pretty solid. I'm going to send some people to training camps, probably send Deni to potential camp, see what other camps we have. Then we'll get into the first season and see if we can maybe sneak into the playoffs. I'm hopeful. So we have too many players. I'm trying to see who we got Moody and Wade back. I'm just kind of trying to throw them in a trade and see if we can get a pick or something for them, because I don't really need them. Okay, Clippers 2021 first, a couple firsts from the Knicks. But, okay, Spurs first would actually be really good, because they don't look like they'll be too great next season, so we'll do that. And then we'll get into the season now. I have a decision to make. I don't know if I want to, kind of tank this season and run like Avdija and Garland in the G League, or what I want to do there. I think we might run them in the G League, honestly, for this season. So if we take Garland and we take Avdija and put them in the G League, then we just make a couple moves. Like, I want to see what, not Drummond, Kevin Love can get us in a trade. So we take Kevin Love in our 2022 pick. Maybe we can get something a little bit better. Jonas Valanciunas and Goran Dragic actually isn't too bad. It's a decent amount of money, but it's not a bad trade at all. Could also get Buddy Hield to play shooting guard. We already have Colin Sexton. We don't need that. Blake Griffin, he makes even more money than Kevin Love does. Rocco, LaMarcus Aldridge. I think we're gonna go with Jonas Valanciunas. Run either him or Drummond at the power forward. See, Jonas can shoot a little bit more than Drummond can, right? Yeah, a lot more than Drummond can. So we'll probably put him at the power forward. All right, so then this is what the team looks like. And we even have Dragic to start at point guard for this year. So we might be pretty decent. And then we also are going to have a couple players in the G League that are going to work out good. But let's go try and get the New York Knicks pick too. And see what... Oh, wait, actually not the Knicks. Let's try and get the Pistons pick. They want Deni, Colin Sexton, Drummond, Devin Harris, and Deni. Okay, I'm not going to be getting their picks. So let's simulate season number 1. Let's see how good this team is. And then we'll go on from there. So I'll catch you guys at the end of season number 1. Okay, so we somehow just built a contender, and we got 52 wins in this first season, and that's like not even with Deni Avdija, so that's interesting. Here are the wow, James Wiseman went to the Nuggets, so you got Wiseman and Jokic. That's interesting. But other than that, nothing too surprising here. Celtics have 60 wins. Any of our players, any of the Cavaliers on any All-NBA teams? I don't think so. Defensively, no. And then rookie teams, I don't know if we actually played any rookies this year. So we are the 4 seed, so maybe we're not quite a contender this season. But let's check out the stats and see how everybody looks. Sexton, 25 points, so he's staying. I don't care what happens. Colin Sexton is staying on this team because 25 points a game is amazing. Dragic was 17. He'll probably get flipped after this season just because we'll have Garland coming in. Or we might just run him off the bench. We could do that too. Jonas Valanciunas looked good. Drummond played really well, 14 and 12. Kevin Porter Jr. played really well. And it's kind of sad to me that Porter Jr. is not going to start because we have Avdija. But he'll come off the bench and play some good minutes. All right. So that is the stats for the team. Let's just simulate the playoffs and let's see what happens. Let's see if we can get the first round against the Hawks. And we go to 7, but we do win. Then we beat the 8 seed, and we lose to the 3 seed in the Eastern Conference Finals. And they go on to win the championship, the Bucks and Giannis. Giannis won MVP of the Finals. Okay, so we did really well. We overachieved in the playoffs, so that's perfect. Now I'm excited for next season. So let's go out of this. Let's go to the draft lottery, and let's see what picks we have, if we have any picks. We have the San Antonio pick at 20, and then we have our pick at 26. All right. So staff signing, assistant GM's good, head coach is good, and trainer's good. So let's go to the NBA draft and let's see who we can get with those picks. So at 20, it looks like Walker Kessler's here. You know what? Let's go with Kai Sota to play some backup center minutes, and then at 26, could we get? I don't know who to get here, honestly. We'll go Scotty Lewis. And then that's all we're going to do in the draft. Let's see how those players look. It looks like a 73 and a 73. Perfect. Team player options. We got to bring Garland back. Porter Jr. Dylan Windler. We don't really need Windler, so we'll just leave him. And then qualifying offers. We have none. So in free agency here, let's see if we have bird rights on anyone. Dante Exum. We can bring Dante Exum back for $5 million, I suppose. And then who else could we bring in? I don't even know what position we really need. We probably don't even really need anything. So I guess we're just going to stick with what we have, go to player progression, and see what happens. All right, so Valanciunas is now our best player. He's a 90, and that's because we put him at a power forward. Obviously, his overall is going to go up. Drummond is at an 87. Sexton's an 86. Darius Garland went up 9 to an 85 after spending last year in the G League. Avdija went up 7, so that's awesome. Tristan Thompson's still an 82. All right, so I think the bench might need a little bit of work, but I think the starting lineup is pretty much ready. So let's send some people to training camps, and then we'll get into the second season, see if we can, maybe become a 1 seed and maybe make a run at that championship. We'll see. I'll see you guys at the beginning of the season. Okay, so if we ran the season as it is, this is what the starting lineup would look like, which I feel pretty confident in. And then this is what the bench would look like, which I'm also pretty confident in, except for the fact that we have a ton of small forwards. So we're probably going to trade Dragic because his value is going to start going down. We got to trade like Osman and Joe Harris as well. So let's take Goran Dragic, and we'll throw in this first and see if we can get a good backup point guard that's not going to keep getting worse. Like Patrick Beverley would probably be a solid backup point guard for Garland, so we'll do that. He provides a little bit of defense off the bench. And then Cedi Osman, Joe Harris combined. And I'll throw in a second, I guess. We don't really have another first to deal. So we could use a shooting guard. Fred VanVleet, but he just doesn't... He gets worse in 2K, which doesn't make any sense. Elfrid Payton. We could do Elfrid Payton and run... we could do Elfrid Payton and then run Patrick Beverley at the shooting guard, so that wouldn't be bad. We could run Drew Holiday there, Monte Morris, Kendrick Nunn. But for some reason, I'm really called to do this trade, so we're going to do this. And we're going to change, I think, Patrick Beverley to the shooting guard, but we'll see what happens at Peyton. He's 6'3". He goes to an 81. Patrick Beverley goes to an 81 as well. We'll do Patrick Beverley at the shooting guard. And now, does the lineup work out really well? We got to make sure we got a 10-man rotation going. We got Larry Nance Jr. at the power forward. All right, so I'm going to go and sign a free agent quick because... Okay, we have a little bit of money. I'm going to sign like maybe a decent free agent. We don't really need one, so I'm just going to do one just so we can get our young players in the G League. Oh, shoot. Okay, so we got a free agent. That way we can put Scotty Lewis and Kai Soto in the G League. And now I want to see... I know Drummond's really good and helps a lot, but if we can trade Drummond for something better, we're going to look into doing that. And there might not be anything. There really could easily be not anything good, and there's not. So we're going to stick with what we have. I need to set a system. Pace and space. Looks like 7 seconds is actually 4 stars. Maybe I should have hired D'Antoni instead of Oliver Gordon. Either way, our team is set for the year. I'm going to simulate season number 2. And we're going to see if Deni Avdija's addition to the team can help us win a championship. So I'll catch you guys at the end of the season. Alright, so we got 63 wins this season, which is probably the best in the league. And here are all the awards you guys care about. Those at all. Oliver Gordon does win Coach of the Year. But I don't see any Cavaliers. Rookie teams, though, we do have... Oh, that's defensive team. Andre Drummond's on second team defense. Avdija's on all-rookie first team. All right, perfect. So, we are the 1 seed. We're going up against Charlotte. But first, we need to go check out the stats. Our boy Avdija, 18 points, 6 assists, 4 rebounds. Second leading scorer behind Colin Sexton. Garland also really close to being the leading scorer. Same with Valanciunas. And then Drummond still did his thing. Kevin Porter Jr. off the bench still played really well. And I'm excited for this, man. I think this team could easily win us a championship. But let's check out this team. They got LaMelo Ball, Malik Monk, Kawhi. We got to go up against Kawhi in the first round. Tough. Tough. Let's see if we can beat them. We're up 1-0, 2-0. Okay, we swept them. No big deal. Now we got Philly, who has, it looks like, the same exact team. They added Napier. They added Olynyk. And they got Aaron Baines. But other than that, pretty much the same team. And we take them, well, they took us to 7 after we went up 3-0, but we ended up winning. And now we got the Celtics, who also pretty much have the same team, except they finally got a good center, and that is Onyeka Okongwu. We're up 3-0. Let me make sure we win this game. They might steal this one. They do steal this one by 3. Let me just try and simulate this way, and we win in 5. Okay. So, now it looks like we're facing Memphis, which is good, because... if I would have had to go up against Luka, I guarantee you we would be going into a 3rd season. But now we have a chance to not go into a 3rd season because we could probably beat this Memphis team, even though they do look really good and they got a Bol at their starting center who's really good. But let's simulate with Simcast and see what happens here. I didn't really mean to do Simcast in this one. I just wanted to go game by game. They won by 1, though. Okay. And we take game 2. Can we take game 3? We do take game 3. Can we take game 4? They take game 4. Okay. And we take game 5. Can we take game 6 and win a championship, or are we going to have to go to 7? And into the 4th quarter, looks like we're going to win. I'll jump in. We'll get a little bit of gameplay in because this video is not very long. And I like getting some gameplay, so I'll jump in. I'll see you guys in there. Alright, so we're in the game, and... we're not going to lose. I'm just going to try and have a little bit of fun. I want to try and do some things with Deni Avdija, I think. Valanciunas with a nice, or Blake Griffin with a nice bucket on Valanciunas there, though. But yeah, I want to try and get some points with Avdija. Honestly, in real life, I feel like Avdija will play more of like the 4 than the 5 like they have, or than the 3 like they have him here. As he drains a 3, let's go. Yeah, I really think that he's going to play more of a 4. He's just got a big body, 6'9". And the way that the NBA is like changing and, you know, evolving, he's more of a power forward than a small forward in my opinion. But I think he can play both. I just think he'll primarily be a power forward more than like, let's get a dunk with him here. Nice little dunk there. But yeah, I think Avdija is good. He could turn out to be the best player in this draft. You know, it's hard to tell. It's hard to judge his competition level, but he's playing with some of the really good players in Europe too. Like, I'm pretty sure Amari Stoudemire was on his team. And I think maybe like Marcus Georges-Hunt was on his team or something too. That's an NBA player that used to play for the Timberwolves. There's just some solid NBA players in that league. You know, they're a little bit older, but they were in the NBA at one point. So it's not like he's playing against any scrubs or anything like that. Let's see if we can score another bucket with him though. Wide open three. Don't mind if I do. He misses. And can we get it back to him? Little step back. Oh, nope. Let's get a assist, I guess. Tristan Thompson's little jumper, whatever that was, looks so broken. It's so funny to watch that. Why do they got Brandon Clark bringing the ball up? That is interesting. Do they have him at the point guard? No way they have him at the point guard, right? I mean, think about their lineup. They could have him at the shooting guard because they have Jaren Jackson, Blake Griffin. Who else was in? Jaren Jackson, Blake Griffin, Brandon Clark, and Nerlens Noel. So, like, they easily could have Brandon Clark at the 2. But I guess, yeah, I guess if you had to put anybody there, it would be him or Jaren Jackson. But Darius Garland, can you get an easy bucket? Let's go. Yeah, we just are destroying Memphis. This was really easy, honestly. This team, for some reason, was really, really good. And I've heard people keep telling me, like, Drummond is kind of a Drummond's kind of like a cheat code when it comes to 2K, especially like playoffs and everything, I guess. And I guess it's true. Drummond has played obviously well enough to like will his way and get us to a championship. And yeah, it's pretty kind of interesting to see, but it's kind of awesome as well. Yeah, we got our backups in now. Let's see if we can get a bucket with Dougie McBuckets here. How about another try? And that's just a long 2. He doesn't get it. But yeah, this rebuild was a ton of fun too. I think the Cavs aren't in like a great spot, honestly, but they're not in a terrible spot. If they have Drummond, I think Drummond's probably close to a top 10 center in the league. Kevin Porter Jr. is a nice piece. They have Colin Sexton, who's a really good young shooting guard. If they hit on this draft pick, especially in the Eastern Conference, they could, you know, have a decent shot to maybe make a little bit of noise next year. I'm not saying they're going to, you know, be the 8th seed or, you know, win a playoff series or anything by any means, but I just think that they could be pretty solid. But this game is about over, and I don't want to sit through the celebration. You guys know that. It takes way too long, and I just absolutely hate it. So let's go see who the Finals MVP is. All right, so obviously we did win the championship, and Deni, oh, what a fitting ending to today's video. Deni Avdija, Finals MVP. Wow, 19 points, 6 assists, 5 rebounds. Beautiful, almost 7 assists, actually. I want to see some playoff stats. Excuse me, who played the best for us? Avdija didn't play the best for us throughout the playoffs, but obviously in the finals, he did, and that's good. That's really good to see. But thank you guys so much for watching this Deni Avdija Cavs rebuild. If you want more rebuilds like this, let me know the prospect and the team you want me to do. I'm thinking of just going through my mock draft, basically, and using that to build the teams around those players because I feel like I got a pretty good order there. So if you guys want to check out the mock draft, I'll make sure to link that in the description as well because that video is doing really well and everybody seemed to like it. You know, there's very few dislikes on that video, so if you guys want to check that out, please do that. But let me know what team I should rebuild next with their prospect. I have some other challenges I want to do too, but if you have any other ones, put them in the comment section below. I'll check them out. Maybe I will do them. But again, thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, peace out.